future treatment of diseases, the future therapeutics is not with chemicals. Because these chemicals that we put into the system, whatever be it, it's maybe aspirin to statin, the chemicals are reductionist molecules, which work chemistry-wise as dextrorotatory molecules, where the human molecules work levorotatory. So it's a square plug in a round hole. So each time you take a medicine, irrespective of what medicine it is, the body says it is something outside, it's a poison. So the medicine is sent to the liver. So the liver tries to destroy it to the extent possible. Now, what remains after the liver destroys comes out, which we teach our students as a first pass effect. After it passes through the liver, what comes out? And that's what we think affects. But in the bargain, every single medicine that we have put in, damages the liver. So it's no surprise that today's audit has shown, especially in the United States of America, because we don't have audit in India, that the leading cause of death, one of the leading causes of death is adverse drug reactions, ADR. Coming back to the future treatment is only through energy. And there are various kinds of energy treatments which our ancestors used to do. A lot of occult energies are being used, like pranic healing, Reiki, pranayama, yoga, etc., etc. But we have been working on the known three energies: electromagnetic energy, nuclear energy, and probably gravitational energy in some way. And this we have been doing for the last about 15 years, and we have got a organization called the World Academy of Authentic Healing Sciences, where I've got 15 scientists working with me. Now this is the photograph of the energy pattern. This is the thing that we're working on. Water, for example, homeopathic medicines. This is water structure that is gone. The water structure is something which is very fascinating. It's got loose bonds. And any medicine you put into water, a drop of a medicine you put into water, when it gets into the loose bond, the water structure changes. After that, if you dilute it even 1,000,000 times, the structure is changed. And that structure has got the energy, and that treats. Now this water structure, we use that water structure and also use some simple silver nanoparticles in that. And when the silver nanoparticles get into that, the water becomes absolutely germicidal. Nothing grows in that. And we wanted to see how a salamander in your house, when you cut its tail, the tail grows. If you cut your tail, it won't grow. So we wanted to see whether it grows, and we did it. This was a boy who cut his finger, and this finger was caught in the machine, and the finger got completely cut off. There's no finger left. So what did we do? We didn't touch it. We just covered it with the silver mesh that I showed you and gave a little current to change the polarity. And as you see, 3 days later, the finger became, the finger became cleaner and clearer. 3 days later, the finger became, almost after 1 month, the finger became normal. And if you want to know what the finger was like, before, that's where the finger was, and that's where the finger today is. So we have now been using it for various other things. Like, for example, when a policeman in Chennai came with this big bag of pus with his diabetic foot, the doctors wanted to cut off the foot. But this man refused, because he said, if you cut off the foot, next life I will not have a foot at all. So he wanted to do something or die. So we cleaned the whole thing and put our energy machine into it. Next slide. And you see, after 3 months, he has got a normal foot. And here is another lady of mine who has got a blood pressure of 240 by 140, and she had a block in this vessel here. Whole aorta was blocked below the kidney. You can see there's no runoff at all. And the kidneys were so small. So I put the machine there. It's just like a cell phone. And 3 months later, what you see is lot of new vessels have grown. The kidneys have become normal. Her blood pressure came down to 120 by 80, and she is very happy. She's walking about. Now we have been doing this for various things, starting from cancer to common cold. You can use energy, and we are refining it. Our job is to authenticate simple healing methods in any system, be it Ayurveda, homeopathy, or any system for that matter, because all systems simply means something that you help the patient to heal. And who heals? The patient himself heals. Why he heals that? His body naturally has to heal. I'll give you an example. Man gets a heart attack, God forbid. Now what happens is, at the center of the heart attack, the cells die. The minute the cells die, if nobody does anything and no doctor interferes, the neighboring cells say, oh my God, my friend has died. They love one another so much. They slip out and come there and occupy. There's a second stage. Cell death is stage 1. The second stage is cell slipping. When the cell slips out, there's a mother holding the cell, which is cement, which we call as collagen. The mother says, where has my son gone? And the mother knows my son would never go for anything other than helping others. He must have gone to help somebody. I will also help him. So it produces more collagen. So fibroblastic proliferation. You got a very strong scar. Now the cells far away, they can't do that. They feel bad. I have not done anything. So they say, okay, let me become stronger. So they become hypertrophied. 4 things happen: cell death, cell slipping, fibroblastic proliferation, and hypertrophy. These 4 things, what is called remodel the whole heart. So if you get a heart attack, and if you're lucky not to die, because 60% of people who get a heart attack don't even get to see next second, they die. The remaining 40% bakras only we do all kinds of things. But even those, by chance, they don't come to the hospital and still survive, they probably get a beautiful heart. A study in Bristol and Sheffield showed that heart attack patients with good risk, which means heart attack patients who have no pain and who are alive, are better off left at home than taken to the hospital and then looked after, because mortality is much better left at home. Now this is because the body heals itself. And this healing is a process which can be helped by our lifestyle. So the future must be for wellness lifestyle, which Ayurveda says, swasthasya swastha rakshitam. Preserve the health of the well. And this is what I call as a wellness concept, which requires simple things. One, most important thing is the mind. The mind filled with universal compassion. Mind without negative feelings, no hatred, no jealousy, no greed, no pride, no anger. Because you don't have to be pride, because for every cell in your body, you have 9 cells which are germ cells, not your cells, because germs are a part of us. So how can you say, I am somebody, I am nobody. Even to say I must get 9 germ cells permission for 1 cell of mine. So once you know that, you become so humble. And humility in Indian concept is the virtue of education. And humility is a health-giving thing. So if you're humble and genuinely compassionate, you will be very healthy. Next thing is, eat in moderation. Whatever you want to eat in very, very less, and then every day have some exercise. And do something for others. This is the most important thing. Kshamavan aptopasevi bhavet arogyam. And data, be a giver. Human body is not a machine made out of different parts. Human body is a colony of happy 50 trillion cells with 2.5 trillion germs, of all kinds of germs. So friends, it's very simple. Again, healthy living is simple living, high thinking, loving others, and trying to do something for society. Thank you very much.